Hello, children. I welcome you all to yet another session of chapter number 13, that is, Why Do We Fall Ill? And today we are going to wind up this chapter and let us start with what we have done in our previous session. In our previous session, we studied about the principles of prevention of disease, and in which we studied that there are two ways by which we can prevent any disease. And the first way is general ways, and the second way was specific ways, which included immunization program. In today's session, we will discuss about immunization in detail with its history, and we will also revise entire chapter once again. So immunization's history is very interesting, and as immunization is very important nowadays, all the scientists all over the world are just going behind this immunization only, because all the scientists all over the world are searching for the vaccine for coronavirus, that is immunization only, or part of a vaccination only. Once they will search that vaccine, we all will get immunized for that. So let us study about the history of immunization. Traditional Indian and Chinese medicinal systems sometimes deliberately rubbed the skin crusts from smallpox victims into the skin of healthy people. They thus hope to induce a mild form of smallpox that would create resistance against the disease. Famously, 2 centuries ago, an English physician named Edward Jenner realized that milkmaids who had cowpox did not catch smallpox even during epidemics. Edward Jenner observed that there were some people who had cowpox from cows, who had a kind of a disease which was known as cowpox from the cows. He found that those people were not getting smallpox disease. They were not catching that smallpox disease even after coming in contact with a smallpox patient. Cowpox is a very mild disease. Jenner tried deliberately giving cowpox to people, as he can be seen doing in the picture. In this picture, you can see Edward Jenner is giving cowpox to a small child. And as I have already told you that cowpox was not a very severe disease, it was a mild disease. This was because the smallpox virus is closely related to the cowpox virus. Cow is vacca in Latin, and cowpox is vaccinia. From these roots, the word vaccination has come into our usage. And nowadays also we are using this term vaccine, and the process is named vaccination. The process in which we give vaccine to someone is known as vaccination. So actually this term vaccine came from this story. Children, now there is an activity for you. The activity is related to rabies virus. And let us go through the activity now. Rabies virus is spread by the bite of infected rabid dogs and other animals. There are anti-rabies vaccines for both humans as well as for animals. Find out the plan of your local authority for the control of rabies in your neighborhood. Are these measures adequate? If not, what improvements would you suggest? Children, you can search and contact these people over phone, and you can explain them that this is a part of our activity, and accordingly you can collect the data which is related to this rabies virus spread. Now let us summarize what we have done in this chapter. Health is a state of physical, mental, and social well being. The health of an individual is dependent on his or her physical surroundings and his or her economical status. Diseases are classified into acute or chronic depending upon the duration of the disease. Disease may be due to infectious or non-infectious causes. Infectious agents belong to different categories of organisms and may be unicellular and microscopic or multicellular. The category to which a disease-causing organism belongs decides the type of treatment to be given to the patient who is already suffering from that disease. Infectious agents are spread through various modes like air, water, physical contacts, and through various types of vectors which are present in our atmosphere. Prevention of diseases is more desirable than its successful treatment because prevention is always better than cure. Infectious diseases can be prevented by public health hygiene measures that reduce exposure to infectious agents. Infectious diseases can also be prevented by using immunization. Effective prevention of infectious diseases in the community requires that everyone should have access to public hygiene and immunization. There are various organ systems in our body, which is made up of organs that carry out specific functions in our body. In case of any disease, the functioning or appearance of one or more systems of the body changes, which give rise to symptoms of that disease. Now there are types of disease. The first type is acute disease and the other one is chronic disease. Acute diseases are the disease that last only for very short period of time, like common cold and viral fever. Chronic diseases are the diseases which last for comparatively longer time, as much as lifetime, and example is blood pressure, heart diseases, etc. All diseases have immediate and contributory causes. Immediate causes of the diseases are of two types: infectious causes and non-infectious causes. Infectious causes include microbes or microorganisms. Diseases where microbes are immediate causes are called infectious diseases. Non-infectious diseases are the diseases in which the immediate cause of disease is not external or is not any kind of microbe which is present in the atmosphere. The causes are internal and non-infectious. Such diseases are called as non-infectious diseases. Example, cancer is caused due to genetic abnormalities and various other kind of dysfunctioning of body. It is not contagious disease. It cannot spread from one person to another person by touch, etc. So this is non-infectious disease. The method of treatment is different for infectious and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases and agents. Diseases causing organisms include viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, and other kind of small worms, etc. Means of spread of diseases. Infectious diseases are also called as communicable diseases. Disease causing microbe could spread through air, water, sexual contact, casual physical contact like handshakes, hugs, wrestling, etc., blood to blood contact. The term antibiotics was coined by Waxman. This is the extra information for you. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was extracted from fungi Penicillium notatum by Alexander Fleming in 1944. Children, this is very interesting that when the antibiotics were discovered, and what was the source of its discovery. So in higher classes you are surely going to study about it. The penicillium was the first antibiotic to be discovered, and it was discovered from fungi Penicillium notatum, and it was discovered by great Alexander Fleming in 1944. Then prevention of disease. For prevention of disease, there are principles of prevention. Prevention of disease is better than cure. There are two ways of prevention of disease, general and specific ways of prevention, that we have studied in today's session and previous session. Now there are some questions for you children. Why are we normally advised to take bland and nourishing food when we are sick? The second question is, what are the different means by which infectious diseases are spread? The third question is, what precautions can you take in your school to reduce the incidence of infectious diseases? And the fourth question is, what is immunization? And the last question is, what are the immunization programs available at the nearest health center in your locality? Which of these diseases are the major health problems in your area? Thank you.